tip 7 is to have responses for anticipated objections. And just so we're on the same page, objections are, hey, I'm busy right now. Who are you with? What is this in regards to? Just send me some information. We already use somebody. We're not looking at making any changes right now. These are common objections to you and I, even knowing you and I work for different companies. Now, there's about like 7 or 8 or so standard objections that we all face. And then you could probably add to that about 5 unique objections to you. Let me give you an example of a unique objection. So an objection that I get for SalesScripter is we don't like using scripts, and we believe that scripted salespeople aren't good. You know, that's an objection that we get. Now, so that's a unique objection to me that you'll never face, but we both get the objection of we don't have any budget, to spend right now. So, but where I'm going with this is that there's really only between around 10 objections that are going to consistently come up. So why not have a response for those objections prepared? That's something that actually SalesScripter helps you with as well. We actually provide a tool called an objections map. What we're able to do is we're actually able to give you responses to objections, because in our methodology, we don't want you to resolve an objection, meaning like if they say I'm not interested, we don't necessarily want you to try to make them interested, because we think that's not the right way to go. We want you to get around the objection. About 3 tips earlier was to have a list of pre-qualifying questions always. Those pre-qualifying questions are great responses to objections. So someone says I'm not interested, instead of saying, oh, but we've been developing this for 3 years and there's nothing like this out there, and we're fast and we're to deploy and we're inexpensive. Okay, so that would be someone trying to make me interested when I said I'm not interested. We don't want you to do that. Someone says I'm not interested, ask one of your pre-qualifying questions. So, okay, yeah, I'm not interested. Oh, yeah, I understand. Hey, listen, if I could ask you real quick, do you feel like your salespeople always know what questions to ask when they're talking to prospects? So that's a question I ask sales managers when they tell me they're not interested. That's a good response when someone says we don't like using scripts. Hey, I understand, and but if I could ask you, if you guys don't use scripts, you have all these people on your team, do you feel like when they're on the phone or they're in appointments, how confident are you that your salespeople, in the heat of the moment, that they think of the right questions to ask? And so I just sit there, and then they're going to answer. They're going to say, I think they're great. Okay, well, how do they? And I can either follow up their answer with a deeper follow-on question, or I could go to another question, or they might give me a beautiful answer. They might say something like, I'm not sure. I mean, I hope that they do. But I'm not there, and I don't really know what they are asking, to be honest with you. So, oh, well, that's why I'm reaching out, because I want to show you something. I want to show you something that can help you to just make it real easy for them to know what questions to ask. And, can I put 20 minutes on your calendar next Tuesday morning? Anyway, there's a whole module on objections, so I'd encourage you to watch that on YouTube.